So yesterday evening, we talked about what an insane day one of early signing period Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide had. Fast forward not even 24 hours, and Nick Saban adds in yet another five-star, the number 2 cornerback in the nation, Desmond Ricks, and we've got to break down why this is so big. Before we can, as always, y'all know the drill. I need to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes, N for no. Are you impressed with this Alabama Crimson Tide recruiting class? And let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed the content, be sure to like and comment down below. Those interactions may seem small, but they truly are massive to content creators such as myself. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And this is a huge win for the Alabama Crimson Tide, locking up one of the better secondary classes I can remember in recent memory. Whenever we look at this secondary class for Alabama, you have got some big name guys in it, and Desmond Ricks is just the newest in that line. Desmond Ricks reclassified from the class of 2024 to the class of 2023, and even in doing so, was vaulted to a top 25 player in the nation, regardless of position, coming in at number 23. A top 10 player in the state of Florida, which we've talked about at length, is so loaded with talent, and the number 2 cornerback in the nation. That is how gifted he is. He stands 6'1", 170 pounds per 24/7 Sports, and is from Virginia, but found his way to IMG to play his high school football, and Alabama's pipeline to IMG remains strong. This is big. Alabama needed another cornerback. Nick Saban made a comment ending out the day yesterday about how Alabama was still searching for a cornerback, and lo and behold, they were able to get in a huge win. And this was a toss-up. We talked about it at length on the live stream that Florida, LSU were other teams to watch in the Desmond Ricks battle, but ultimately, it's the Alabama Crimson Tide. And I asked you a question in the intro. Are you impressed with this Alabama Crimson Tide recruiting class? And if the answer is no, well, quite frankly, I don't know what would impress you. Because when we look at this Crimson Tide recruiting class, it's nutty. The Crimson Tide now have 7 5-stars. They have 10 players ranked inside the top 50 players per 24/7 Sports composite. They have 15 players ranked inside the top 100 players of the composite. 22 come inside the top 300 players of the composite, and it really should be 23 because Cole Adams comes in at number 304, but he was injured and sidelined most of his senior season. If he didn't have that injury, you can bet your bottom dollar he'd have been a top 300 player. He is really gifted. The 2 guys that Alabama has that are blue chip 4-stars and not ranked as composite top 300 guys, turn on the film and they have really high ceilings. And the lone 3-star in this class is a kicker. And you might be thinking, well, there's 2 names that have been left off. Oh yeah, by the way, Alabama signed the number 1 and number 2 JUCO player in the nation. This Crimson Tide recruiting class has it all. We talked at length about the interior defensive line needs some attention. What do? They land James Smith, the number 2 defensive lineman in the nation. This class from top to bottom is one that I think is really special. And if you looked on Twitter, you saw these guys recruiting each other. This is a recruiting class that from the outside looking in seems really bought in. And that's exactly what Alabama needs. And I can't wait to see once these guys get on campus what comes to be. One thing is for certain though, people have doubted Nick Saban, but do not forget, Nick Saban is a menace when it comes to recruiting and when it comes to the game of football, and he cannot be counted out. Hop down to the comments, let me know what you think about this big addition. That's it. See ya.